I'm in the 4Runner overlanding my way across the state of Oregon. I'm en route to join Sam and Kyle and join them in their turkey hunt. It turned out to be a very successful turkey hunt. Here's some footage of Sam calling in one of the turkeys that he got this year. It really is a fun drive working my way to our camping spot, and this is a very important hunt because our cat Bentley loves to play with turkey feathers. This is the area that we will be turkey hunting in. It really is great turkey habitat, and there's a lot of turkeys in the area. There's a lot of water sources, including creek beds, and great drainages that we can walk. They're the decoys that we were using, and they really worked great. We were pretty optimistic about the trip because on Sam's pre-season scouting trip he saw a lot of turkeys, as you can see in this footage. Sam also set up some trail cams, and here's some pictures of the birds that were captured by the trail cams. So as I said, when we got to camp we were pretty optimistic about the hunt.
This might go in the fire.
That was a present.
Let me see.
I bought this for him.
Just that?
No. That's terrible. You're doing it bad on purpose now. I know you are.
Yeah. That's what I was doing.
Bingo.
That's
all you gotta do.
Why don't we sit up here and just see if we can bring him in? That sounded a little closer. Dude, I'm almost positive they're end up coming off the roost.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, if we can stay put, that's definitely the best play. That's not any closer.
I say we wait it out. Those things come.
Man, we're not getting anything. They're gobbling at something else.
They had birds gobbling, but Sam needs to head into work.
All right, good luck, man. See ya. Kyle and I got on a golfer this morning. Probably never got closer than maybe 100 yards. I think he was on the opposite side of a drainage from us. So far, no success. I think we're sort of in the slow part of the morning where...
While those guys were hunting hard, I was using the classic morning nap strategy. I'm sure I was dreaming of turkeys.
I had to go back to the motel in town to do a little work, unfortunately. And Kyle gave me the call around 3, Tom down. So I went to the grocery store, grabbed a couple bags of ice, and I'm gonna go meet him or get that thing taken care of. Tom down! Woo!
Well, so I got into 3 different sets of birds this morning, or this afternoon, morning. And
they were just gobbling all day.
Yeah,
like
I had
into the
like
afternoon.
pretty good stalks on them, and called them in. They got pretty close, and all of a sudden I hear noise, and I look to the right, and there's just like 10 hens, like 10 yards away. Just there's a little tree between me and them, so they couldn't really see. They go walking around behind a tree. There was like 5, and then as I poked around, there was like 10, maybe 15 yards, 20 tops, and he was puffed up to the side. And
yeah.
You could see the beard just
Well, he
hanging
got
there.
a good shot off too because he didn't mess up.
So I want to go on record that I did the afternoon nap strategy.
Which is a solid strategy.
It's a solid strategy.
Yeah.
Well, my morning was cut short because I had to go in for work, right?
Right, I did.
So I had fun. We got some gobbles. We tried calling them in, got it on film, which was fun. But so my excitement started around 3, and happened to see a bird. And the one bird turned out to be like 15 birds. It was basically a spot and stalk. And then the plan was to just get like right, because they were out kind of in a field, just right out of the timber and like dunk, stick the decoy out and kind of retreat back and hope that but they either didn't, heard me or didn't like the movement or something, and they kind of took off. That's our honey hole for tomorrow. They're probably just gonna go up and roost and come back to the same spot tomorrow.
The next morning, Sam gets a turkey.
Come on in. I've already brought him in at least half the distance. Oh, I see him. gonna shoot him. Yes!
Awesome. Yeah, I was set up just back here against the tree. I don't know if you can see the decoys in the shot or not, but I got them right here. I heard gobbles. I mean, I probably covered 200 yards sneaking in. Set up the decoys here kind of on a high point. Jake just started sounding off before I even got up there, and I could tell he was pretty low, so set up, started yelping, and he actually walked down the road past me, and I was positioned for this shot, and had to sort of bring him back this way. So he kind of hung up there and then just started going right back up the road that he came down, and get this guy tagged up, go take a nap, or see if my dad wants me to film him.
Sam hikes his bird back to the truck and then goes into town for a great breakfast. Meanwhile, once again, I'm deploying the classic nap strategy and dreaming of turkeys. This is a classic hunting strategy that has been successful for us in the past. After breakfast, Sam heads back out into the field and ends up connecting with Kyle.
And you saw him flying right over the creek from the other canyon side.
Right here, we have the sign of a turkey. See that? Boom, boom, boom. That's a turkey.
What species?
I'd say probably just judging from the footprint, it's a Rio Grande. Just looking at the footprint, that's definitely a Rio Grande. So other ones, they're gonna look a lot different. So that one, we have a Rio Grande there.
So I just set up there, and I just started walking, listening for gobbles. I heard gobbles, and so I went up the hill after them and kept hearing them, and did some of the best calling I have ever done. I was out there doing this,
That's actually, I don't have any qualms with that.
which still scared the turkeys away.
Did you see them leave?
I never saw them, but I actually called, and then they gobbled.
Oh, that's good. The gobblers sometimes won't gobble as they're moving in. Like, that can be a sign of them. No, they're being quiet because they're moving in.
That's what I always tell myself.
That's what I tell myself too.
And then I just walked in between moments of hypothermia. But man, bitter cold. It was 27 on my car thermometer when we woke up. And that's a cold sink down there by the water. So I went with the Johnson sleep, like nap strategy, like in and out of sleep. I kept getting lower and lower in the chair. Yeah. Like I started sitting up, and I'd be like this, and then pretty soon I was flat. Yeah.
Well, Kyle got into gobblers like right after I dropped him off. Like, he closed the truck door, and it was like,
oh, good.
Yeah, I was like, it's in that group of trees right there. And then I saw them all fly down from the roost. One went uphill, and then all the others.
Oh, that's cool.
It was on this side of the road. They all flew over the road and landed on the other side of the river. You know that bare patch of the hill?
Yeah.
I just saw a big puffed up tom, like clear as day, just walking up the hill.
Wow.
And then some hens. And then the hens saw me and
oh, that's good.
off, so.
Yeah, so I walked in on the road we're sitting on actually right now. Maybe 10 minutes into my walk, heard the gobble, which is the best thing. And so I started chirping on the slate, set up my decoy, started chirping on the slate, and it was like every time basically. And eventually I see him, But actually, as he was coming down, he actually walked past my setup. And so I did a little yelp, turned him around a little bit. And then there was a tree between us. And then I could move at that point. So I moved and set up. And at one point, I actually said this on the video, I was like, where'd he go? And like half a second after that, it was like, boom! So I go running up the hill, and then it was fist pump. Figured you guys would be kind of in the hunt zone during the money hour, so I was like, well, I guess I'll go into town and get breakfast, and then maybe someone will want to meet up around 10 or something.
Sam and I then head to a different area for the afternoon hunt. Our strategy is to use this turkey blind. We're going to set out some decoys and then use the blind in an area where there's been a lot of birds. The idea is to see if we can call them in. We had some fun that afternoon, but we were not successful in the blind. Both the other guys have a bird already, so I think I'm going to have to work harder on my nap strategy.
And I know that all the birds that come down into the creek that we hunt, that's where they go to roost, is both sides up the hill on both sides, right?
Yeah.
And I like that side, so my plan was to hunt them.
Okay.
Not full scramble.
So my plan
walk.
is I'm going to do Turkey Highway, and I'm going to just walk the whole thing in the morning and listen to where the birds are. What's your plan?
I want to go down to the marsh where it's tonight. A little further down.
All the way
closer
down
to the highway.
the Cougar area.
Yeah.
The slate has been money all weekend. He may be just jumping off the roost. See if I can get that guy going again.
As we were about to see, Sam ends up getting this area figured out and gets another turkey this morning.
I'm gonna have to ditch the decoy and just set up. Oh, that hen's moved way down the hill. I can see his van. There's 2. Oh, there's 3. Good Lord. I need to pick up my shotgun. Oh my God, it's a whole flock. I need some cover. Get out of here, you dumb birds. Get. This is my Tom. Hey, I'm right here. Your friend's down. You're done. Are you serious? Right here, bud. Get. Dude. This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen.
It really was amazing to get this turkey behavior on camera. Wild turkeys actually have a very strict social hierarchy, and it is actually fairly common for a young male to try and advance himself in the pecking order if he sees another male that he believes is injured or weak.
Apparently we should be hunting together tomorrow, Dad. Hey, look at this guy. This is the most... I'm talking. What is this bird doing? Down. It's not a big old long-beard ancient gobbler, but puffed up. I'd call that a tom, healthy adult bird. So pretty excited. But they came in all hot and bothered, and like a ton of birds came in. There were at least 3 toms. But yeah, first one that came in, it wasn't like gonna be choosy. I wasn't kind of looking for the longest beard. It was the one that came in closest and hardest. And I couldn't believe it. I'd seen this on YouTube, other videos where you'll shoot a bird and his comrade's like, oh, that SOB's down, and they'll come in and start like spurring the bird. So I walked up, making noise, moving, even shouting at the bird, and that other bird just came running back in. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I mean, he was just driven mad. Pretty awesome experience. And I couldn't believe that I had to basically scare that other bird off. So, well, I'm gonna get this guy tagged. I e-tagged him already, but I better slap some paper on him, and then another short hunting day for me, which is awesome.
All right, everyone's got turkeys but me, so I decided it was time to get serious, and I actually did end up getting a turkey that day. So here's my turkey hunt this morning. I've been walking this old cat track, and right over this log you see and down the hill, there's a little creek bottom, and I saw some turkeys down there. So I quickly set up this decoy you see behind me, and then I crawled over to this log, tried to do some more calls, but they weren't gobbling back. So I watched until they were out of sight, and I started belly crawling around down here. I'm on my belly. Here's the recreation. Actually, there's my shell right there, which I'll pick up in a second. But
here's the recreation. So my plan at that point was to belly crawl down to the next point of cover, because I have a slope here and they can't see me. So I'm coming down like this. Out of the corner of my eye, I see turkey at about 20 yards. There's 4 or 5 of them coming up this way. So at that point, there's a tree right over there. I just turn over like this. I'm low on the ground. A hen goes by. And I see a jake. I know he's small, and I know there's a big one in the group because I saw him fanned out down there. But I'm happy just shooting the first one I see. So I took the shot, and down he went, and jake down. There's my shell, which we'll pick up. I'll show you the bird right now. And the bird is over here. Jake down. Like I said, probably the smallest jake that's been shot, but you know, good hunt. I got my turkey back to the truck where Sam was with his bird.
Oh,
nice.
You can really hold them up.
Calls after that, though. That bird learned a lifelong lesson today.
That bird has been educated.
It's gonna be a mature bird one day.
After that, we each packed up our rigs and headed back to our respective homes. It was a fun hunt. It's all good fun, guys. Thanks for watching.